So Advil, Central Vitamins.
So which was more?
This is definitely, like, I enjoy this industry. Like I said, I've been in it for like 2 years and 3 months, and I'm loving it. Loving this brand, the Soft Sheen Carson brand. So the whole purpose of today is really just to educate you on our brand specifically, and to kind of give you a quick background as far as how the African American hair care industry has evolved over the past 100 years. So some of this you may know, so just tell me, hey Tony, we know that. Some of you may not know, it may be new to you. So before I get started, who's familiar with, and I'll say her name, Sarah Breedlove. You know who that is? Has anybody ever heard that person? All right. Okay.
So I have a question before we get started,
Sure,
if you
absolutely.
don't mind me interjecting. So I said, I'm introduced myself, Tara Coleman. I've been with L'Oreal / the Soft Sheen brand for just, it'll be 2 years in March, so that's why I'm tag teaming with Tony. And previously I was with Unilever and Alberto Culver, who at that time had Motion, Soft and Beautiful, TCB, now Strength of Nature owns it. I did a little stint there as well. And I used to call on Kareem back in previous days, so I thought I'd come along and kind of tag team with Tony. I've heard that there's quite a few newcomers on the team. I do remember your face, so you also legendary. But, you know, in speaking to the new ladies here, are you new to the industry? Is the industry new to you coming aboard, Kareem, or you have industry knowledge in terms of African American hair care and the sales arena?
Completely new.
Completely new.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I have background beauty supply store.
Okay,
but
working
the
in
sales
stores.
team is new.
Okay.
Okay.
You know what about you?
No, this is new.
This is new
Okay,
too.
so a totally new audience, which is important. As we put this together, I was saying to Tony, it's important for us to understand the audience and how many are totally new to the industry versus the legendary folks, which must
The big legendary
Yeah,
Mr. Sam
yeah.
Price.
Yeah, so we'll touch on, Tony will touch
label.
on a little bit, and you just step in or out, you know, and let him know we can keep it moving or what have you for that very reason, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for that. You know, one of the things before I get into this too, you know, do you know the difference between African American hair and other non-African American hair? Because a lot of the information that I cover, a lot of the products that we create are geared, you know, specifically towards African American hair. Anybody want to take a guess? So essentially, if you think about African American hair, everybody's hair, you know, we produce oil. So if your hair is straight, if you think about it, the oil has constant flow. So if you look at, say someone who has straight hair, they're constantly trying to get oil out of their hair. So a lot of products that they'll purchase, they're trying to get the oil out. If you look at African American hair, think of it as like it's crinkled. So the oil has to go through, it can't go straight. So with African American women, they have to deal with dryness. So they're constantly trying to bring moisture into their hair. So a lot of the products that I'll cover with you, you're going to see a theme there. It's dry hair, it's damaged hair. If you look at over a period of time, you know, African American hairstyles have changed over the years. If you go way back here, the reason why I brought up Sarah Breedlove, because Sarah Breedlove is actually 1905. If you go way back, this is really like on record, the first person that created African American hair care products in the United States that really, you know, took off. So she divorced her third husband, but she kept his name. His name was Charles Joseph Walker. So if you think about that, she went by Madam C.J. Walker. So in 1910, she was the first person that actually created African American hair care products. She was the first, believe it or not, back then, first millionaire, African American millionaire back in 1910. So in 1917, she created the company. It was the largest black-owned company at that time in the United States. And she marketed her product because for black women, the hair is like a crown. It has been over the years. So they're always looking for products that will, again, benefit them specifically, because in the general market, a lot of products just don't work in that type of hair. You know, we're in this natural phase right now, but you know, the trends, you know, everything goes in cycles, because if you look at 1920, there's been Marcus Garvey, who was an abolitionist, he was urging the African American people to embrace their African heritage and go back to more of a natural, because the products that she was selling did a lot of straightening of the hair, and he was saying, hey, go back to your natural look. So you kind of see over time, we're kind of going back to, everyone wants to go natural. In 1954, we had a person by the name of George E. Johnson. He created the Ultra Wave hair care product. It was, if you look at it, it was permanent straight hair. If you look at old movies of African American men, you see a lot of them did a lot of the conking. Well, you used to have to go to the salons to get that conking done. George Johnson was the first one to create that product that men can actually do at the privacy of their home. So real popular product. It was huge. 3 years after he did it in 1954, he started creating relaxer products as we know today for African American women to straighten their hair. In 1970s, I grew up I was a kid in the 70s, but you remember it was another revolution. The Afro came out, different products were needed for that hair texture too. So kind of like a quick background in the past 100+ years on kind of how the African American hair care product has evolved. Looking specifically at our brands, I want to start off with our legacy brands. So looking at relaxers, a lot of people think relaxers, you know, again, in this natural environment, but people still are relaxing their hair. With Dark and Lovely, we have 3 relaxers. One is regular strength. So for someone who has, their hair isn't as coarse, this is the product they use for that hair texture. Super strength is for women who have very coarse hair, and then for people who have color treated in their hair, we have a relaxer specifically targeted to that consumer who has colored hair. They don't disrupt the color, but they still want to relax their hair. So all these deliver very shiny silk. We even say you can touch it. It has like a cashmere type feel to it with the relaxer. Not to leave out little children, we also have a relaxer line designed specifically for children. The first one you see here is the Gentle Straightener. That's more of the parent when they get the child's hair really straight. The other one you see here is designed to kind of enhance the curl pattern. Like my daughter has very curly hair, so this is the type of product we're using her hair because I don't want necessarily have her hair straight. We want to maintain that curl look and have it to where it's more manageable. And then for relaxed and not